Coach G, Coach Panda of RSG, Coach Pakbet of Omega, bumping fists. We're going into game 2. What's a look at that lineup?
All right, now looking at this, again, I'm flabbergasted by the last pick here. The lineup is just a little bit too squishy for me, to be honest, and I don't know if that's going to work out in the early game here. Sorry, in the mid game. Early game, I think they're going to have a good advantage. Angela's so great that the moment you hit level 4, you take fights right away, you speed it up, but I don't know about their mid game, man. That's my only thing for RSG's lineup.
For RSG, they're going to need to play it smart with their Matilda, with their usage of the... Oh no, for Omega rather.
Oke guys ya, sekarang Esme-nya diambil sama Renzio. Esme-nya kan terlalu kuat kan di Nuts kan. Tapi dia main Esme, main Masya. Kenapa Masya ini jarang di pick ya? Baru sekarang di pick.
Omega looking to even the score against RSG Philippines. This is uncanny. How is Light playing Angela and being aggressive? This reminds me of ranked games.
That's true.
Where Angela's with like 2,000, 3,000 games in. This is how they play. I've seen this happen.
No fear at all.
No
This is real.
They're so aggressive. Level 1, look at that. He's so cute.
Look, how do
cute.
How do you invade with an Angela like this?
So deep in the jungle and just no fear at all. Again, that's because of damage.
Yes, it's
right?
damage and the threat of the puppet on the strings. I mean, it's a long con stun, but still a stun.
Yeah, especially in the lower levels, it is really a powerful tool here that RG can utilize in these early invades. Now, the problem is, they don't have that follow-up damage yet from that Karina. They're going to have to wait a little bit more for that.
Sometimes it's just the deterrence you need. You stay a little longer, you get stunned.
Time.
Yeah, you stay a little longer, you get stunned, and you add HP to those buffs. Again, we didn't see it much here, but that's what Light is trying to do in theory, not just yet in practice. Chaknu taking his pixel brush. Demon Kite gonna step in there. Catches onto the Matilda, putting him at below half health. Cyclone Eye on.
Mati.
Chaknu flickers out. The Mamba survives.
Sahabat ya hero Karina ini.
There you go. But again, that is a great sign for RSG. They know where to hit. They know the weak spot of Omega's defense right now.
Yeah, and that's good. What Demon Kai did there, you forcing back Chaknu means you have a bit more room to position yourselves.
Ya V-nya mau level 4. Cuman udah rada telat sih, ini baratnya udah dapet gak sih?
Demon Kai trying to clutch this. Retribution not gonna happen. Ryzen takes it. With the larger health pool that Barats has over a Karina in the early game, that's what you can expect.
Loving this so far, and the Barats on Ryzen is very uncommon, but it's not unheard of. Again, the Barats is actually pretty good. The meta just goes very well with our tanks.
Nothing surprises me anymore when it comes to Ryzen.
Even in the draft right now, right?
Nothing. Day 1 playoffs, he played a jungle Akai. Everything is possible with the young Dean Sumagi. Up top, right? Nope. All right.
No.
Cool. All right. I thought for that.
It's a little bit of high fives here and there.
Yeah. Tozy, footsies.
Yeah.
Is what it's called
in
the fighting game genre. But here in MPL, here in MLBB, they're just testing each other's limits.
Yeah, and they're both just feeling each other out right now. 3 minutes into the game, no one really giving away anything yet. Some lane advantages though. Emma's having a slightly better time than Kelra in the gold lane. Meanwhile, the XP lane, understandably so, Nas is having difficulty against Esmeralda. Renja's got
nggak ngaruh mau Nuts. Susah juga lawan Esmeralda kan masih di late game.
He probably has a gold lead right now. This is a good call by RSG to get more gold from the top lane and pressure Kelra back.
But then again, Kelra is actually pretty good at clearing up those waves, so maybe that was a bit of a waste of time there for RSG. Although if they were successful on that dive, that might have been something.
Yeah, looking at the items, no one full build just yet.
Woo! Ada flicker tapi sih. Nggak mati dia, ada Angela juga.
That's a good call by Light.
Reactive Hearthguard there. Maybe pull the trigger a little too soon. Can they go for a counter engage? A counter play not going to happen for RSG. That's a nice check by Omega.
And if you go ahead and do those checks over and over again, like one of these times they are going to slip. You're going to get that kill. And I think the cooldowns you just have to keep in mind at those times.
Yeah. Despite a frantic game number 1, I like this more calculated, slower pace in game number 2, but things might explode here in the second turtle.
Aqua answers with an early real-world manipulation, barring away the rest of Omega. In comes Renzio, trying to dance around Aqua, forcing him to back off. This is going to be a turtle. Where's it going? Contended. Horizon still secures it. Kakai to the back line. Chaknu forces Demon Kite and the rest of RSG to retreat. Clear win for Omega.
Yo.
4 minutes, 30 seconds in.
I just got it. The Barretts, man. Just gobble up Demon Kite. Good luck, Retribution on this one.
Yeah.
I love it.
Great
That is a
answer.
smart and simple play.
Great answer. Great answer by Omega. I mean, it came in at the last moment where they needed it.
Yeah, and since Aqua forced that real-world manipulation early on, all Omega had to do was survive through it and wait. At this point, they don't need to worry about damage coming out from the Eve. They just ate it up, tried to minimize it, of course. Once it was down, you saw them just go like, hey, thanks for that free turtle. Thanks for more of a lead. Now, thanks for this bottom turret, but RSG will be able to defend now. Items are up, still no one full build just yet. Reflects the more slower build of the game, but gonna have to correct myself. Killer already has a BOD and 2 enchanted talismans on the side of Omega. 1 onto Itomax, 1 onto Renjo. RSG need to start building their items, full building their first set of items soon, and they need to make sure that they keep the game close in terms of gold, because a 2k gold lead 5 minutes in is not a good sign.
You know what? If you're talking about eating up damage, Omega actually has the lineup to do that right now. And yeah, right time, around that real world, it's good to go. Right now, though,
Tag team skirmish down bottom, threatening the Hearthguard, could turn into 3v2.
30
Both
seconds on
teams
the turtle,
retreat.
though.
Look at Chaknu, spots out Light in that Y bush, pushing him back, setting up those wisps.
all right, Omega, look at them. They're prepping those lanes. They're getting primed and ready for this turtle take. They know they have the advantage on the turtle fights, and they're going to leverage that here on the next 20 seconds.
My biggest question for RSG will be, are you going to contest this turtle or make for a rotation? Maybe top side, maybe bottom side, maybe just one of the side lanes so that you can break a tower right away. I don't see RSG full committing in a turtle. If they do, it might be a risky call.
Yeah, look at that.
He's already up. Turtle already up. There's
Early game yang sangat baik dari Omega di sini ya guys ya. Cuman balik lagi late gamenya Masya nggak ada yang bisa ini cok. Mati di si Kalrani late game nih.
Getting primed and ready, Eman. Pretty deep in.
We go, coming in. Hardguard set up. Demon Guy's first turtle this game, putting Omega in a conspicuous position. And there's the gobble up. Then as well, get in Marbella. Renjo looking low. Demon Guy has Light in him. This is exactly what he wants. The flicker spent in goes Light, trying to get him down, but not a good block. That's first blood drawn by the Chuck Bamba.
Metriknya juga farming lagi.
Yo, 7 minutes in, we get our first kill. Congratulations.
And it's an Omega game. Great textbook play by these two teams, but Light sort of kept, or his view, his eye wandered off the textbook for just a bit. Got a bit too greedy there, trying to secure the kill. But RSG, great for them for securing that turtle. Great call by Demon Kite and Light, using the combination of the Heartguard plus the Karina to make sure they get to secure that turtle of the game. But in terms of the follow-up, RSG just bit a little bit more than they could chew. Garden Helmet already on the side of Nats. Let's see if he's gonna build another at one point in the game. I mean, it's a Masha. He probably will.
Probably will, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's what they do, right? Let's watch that team fight again. It's a beautiful synchronization and just manipulation of timers. And how did Chaknu keep that Circling Eagle so late?
Actually, that's the thing. I think it just all went off cooldown at that point.
No, he kept it this whole time.
He didn't even use it
Yeah,
for
it
Aqua. He was just like, nope, I'm saving this for the perfect moment.
Well, those are the times that you actually do get a kill, because if you do it, use it early on, everyone's so tanky, it probably doesn't make an impact, so maybe that's his reasoning, but that's a risky thing to do.
No, but that's what I was gonna say, man. Joshua Mangilo, Chaknu, his game sense is so high, it's undeniable.
Yeah,
He thinks of things and feels things on a level that is just intrinsic to him.
Yeah.
Other people have to think about it. Other athletes have to, obviously, and you can clearly see that they're thinking, but for Chaknu, it just happens. Like that.
Yeah, Risk is like his middle name.
And rumor, is it? It isn't.
It's not.
I'm sure it's
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he was probably
That's why I'm
born
asking.
playing roaming and tank in MLBB. He came out with a phone already.
Yes.
Lord pertama Omega, tapi early game-nya emang udah pasti kuat. Sorry guys, gue tadi ke distract. Tapi emang early game-nya udah pasti kuatan Omega, cowok. Dia Lilia Barat.
Like they are in control.
For the first time in
RSG
the
early game-nya gak ada. Paling Karina, Yve banding Lilia kuatan Lilia early game. Tapi late game-nya balik lagi guys, dia Yve sama Masha, cowok, kuat banget. Yve Masha nih.
Oh my goodness.
This will be RSG's first loss in the playoffs.
If ever.
If ever.
Yeah. I mean,
if ever.
to be fair, Onyx did put them in this position in the earlier parts of Game 3 in their best of 5, but not like this. Omega has shown discipline like they never have before this weekend. I don't expect them to drop the ball unless RSG finds a catch. Speaking of which, looking at the items and what they're bringing in as their heroes in their lineup, Renmar, what can they do? Where is the comeback from RSG coming from?
It's going to have to be Omega starting things out. RSG expending abilities, not all of them, but they will need to use that real-world manipulation to whittle down the members of Omega. And then if Demon Knight and Light can
Tapi duitnya udah beda lumayan guys, udah beda 7.000 ini.
with the hard guard on the Karina.
Alright, there's gonna be at least a minimum one tower maybe, but no, the defense is kicking in right now. But we do have
Lalu Beatrix enak banget, tinggal sniper.
Maybe RSG wants to take this fight.
A great management though of RSG of the minion waves. They split 3-2-3 up top, 2 in the bottom, and they don't lose any of their inhibitors, but Omega are still relentless. They want to get one, because if they get one inhibitor, that next Lord will most likely go to them without a problem. Now, the problem now for RSG is the damage coming out of the Beatrix. You saw the snipe. One snipe took out
Beatrix yang...
going after Keller here, RSG.
Oh, Nats. He's in the middle.
Oh, masih dimasukin Angela, cok, gimana tuh? Gimana tuh? Masa dimasukin Angela, cok?
With the guiding winds, that's Kelra
Nggak mati Kelranya.
Chaknu looking low, flickers himself away. RS in an inch within his life, walks away, can Egobox finish it. There's a jump in by the showstopper, punishing our regular season MVP. That's a pick off the second kill in this game. We're 11 minutes in.
And chaos is now ensuing. You saw that team fight. It broke up into 3 separate parts. And that, my friends, is where Omega shines.
What a chase! Nas and Light, folks, you're probably wondering, why are you doing this? That was the right call. You needed that Matrix down, but Chakra and Kelra showing off their tandem together. I will not try to combine their names. It might sound differently, but look at this. Look at Nas. He's like, I can do it, coach. I'm gonna chase him down. Coach Kelra said, no, help me, Chaknu. And Chaknu, guiding wind, perfect positioning. That guiding wind, right at the edge of it. If just by an inch, one of those members were off, Chaknu or Kelra would have gotten away. And by the way, Kelra, the reason why they got a kill onto Light was because he was able to get the snipe onto that Angela just as that fight and that chase was ending.
The mechanical genius. And again, if for Chaknu it's game sense, that's intrinsic. It's mechanics for Kelra.
Yes.
Suddenly, with the dash through, switching over to the Renner, takes Light to again an inch of his life, and then the punish by Captain Etomax and Ryzen on the backswing. Suddenly, look at this. The rest of ours, you fall back because there's a threat of penetration from Omega. And the answer back by Omega, they're thinking, what, 3-4 steps ahead? They take the Luminous Lord right in the face of RSG.
And right now, I think this is the best time for Omega to actually do that JG push. After this, I think there is a chance for RSG actually to go ahead and dive in on the Beatrix. Because right now, there's a more open space. And I think RSG is getting in a better place in terms of itemization. So I think if they want to go for GG, this is it. Omega, please don't get to those super duper.
Kuat juga Omega ini.
That's not going to be favorable for you, I think.
Just have to be careful not to force anything. They still have to be careful with the comeback potential of RSG. But with this lead, it's looking like it could be game 2 OMG. Let's see.
Already bottom lane taken down. Kelra hurts like a mother, brother.
Ouchies.
Putting Light very, very low. Call your family, tell them the Filipino Savage is playing. They gave him the Beatrix, and RSG's hurting. They are regretting
Langsung di end pakai shotgun, cok.
because Barangay Omega came to play. We are at 1-1.
Ladies and gents, that is RSG's first game loss in the playoffs.